Next, Faculty Marshals Charla Shine and Ryan Weaver will lead in the Terra faculty and professional staff. Following the faculty and professional staff will be the entrance of the platform party.
Students of the 49th graduating class, your hour has arrived. The commencement ceremony has now begun. Please be seated while the American Legion Post 121 and the VFW Post 2947 Fremont, Ohio presents the 5 service flags. Veterans and active service members, please stand when your service flag is presented. Please rise as the Terra State Veterans Guard presents the colors.
Please remain standing while Kylie Lash sings our national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Dr. Jerome Webster, President of Terra State Community College, will now address the graduates and guests.
You may be seated. Good evening. On behalf of the Governing Board of Trustees, the Terra College Foundation Board, the faculty, and the staff of Terra State Community College, we congratulate all of you who represent the graduating class of 2018 on completing the requirements for graduation, and we welcome those of you who have come to share in the joy and celebration this evening. Tonight is a special evening for Terra State Community College as well as for our graduates. Tonight we are graduating our 49th class of students. And in the more recent years, Terra State has been on a journey of dynamic transformation to become the best rural community college in the nation, with a 100% success rate, offering consistent, high-quality, distinctive academic programs with competitive academic rigor. And tonight, our graduates are proof of the transformation in action. Let me share some facts about the graduates sitting before you. 245 students are graduating with associate degrees in over 35 fields. We also have 71 students who have completed their requirements to earn a certificate. The average time for our 2018 graduates to complete their degree was 6 years. Our youngest graduate is 16 years old. Our oldest graduate is 65 years of age. Thirteen graduates will be receiving their associate's degrees this evening and will graduate from high school later this month. We have 5 graduates who are earning dual associate degrees, 9 students who have a 4.0, 68 who have a GPA of 3.5 or higher. 98 of our graduates have transferred credits from other colleges or universities to Terra State. 12 of our graduates tonight have also been working as student employees this year, and 16 of our graduates are veterans, and their deployments have been to Iraq. To our graduates, I extend to you our sincere congratulations on your achievements and our very best wishes for a challenging and successful future. Your achievements are Terra State's achievements, and all of us who work for you could not be more proud. Your achievements and hard work have helped Terra State to move from a 71% success rate in 2011, when many of you joined us on this journey, to an 89.5% success rate in 2017, with increased academic rigor in our courses. Let us applaud these graduates. This commencement ceremony is a time for recognizing the strong leadership that each of our graduates has exhibited in the accomplishment of their goals. According to 2 well-known academicians and award-winning authors, James Kozes and Barry Posner, the unique reason for having leaders, their differentiating function, is to move us forward. Leaders get us going someplace. In Kozes and Posner's research, the personal best leadership cases were about firsts, about radical departures from the past, about doing things that had never been done before, about going places no one else had yet discovered. The leaders who help us get results beyond those we thought possible, who expand our vision of what may be possible, who are willing to risk choosing direction others know is impossible, these are the leaders we admire the most. It isn't how large the work is that makes an artful leader. It's how artfully the work has been done, no matter how small, and whether it matters that the work is done at all. As graduates, this evening you are commencing on your continued journey of learning and leadership. Remember that you must always champion the call to learn. It is the hope and expectation of our entire community college that Terra State has not only planted the seeds of learning in you, but that you will share your leadership in learning wherever your journey takes you. At this time, I would like to present our platform guests. Please stand as I call your name. Starting in the back row on my far right, Assistant Vice President for Administrative Affairs, Nancy Kosenka. Registrar, Eric Steinberger. Executive Director of Workforce Development and Corporate Partnerships, Stephen Hillard. Dean of Allied Health, Nursing and Human Services, Amy Anway. Dean of Business, Humanities and Industrial Technologies, Dr. Corey Stein. I think we have a little mix-up here, so I'll skip around. Trustee Uwe Eichert. Trustee Roberto Miller. Trustee Mike Walrazak. Starting on my right in the front row is Assistant Vice President for Student and Enrollment Services, Heath Martin. Vice President for Financial Affairs, Randy McCullough. Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Jennifer Spielvogel. Senior Vice President and Executive Director of the Terra College Foundation, Dr. Ronald Schumacher. Our keynote speaker, Mr. Jack Hershey. Our Chair of the Terra State Board of Trustees, K.E. Ryder. Our mace bearer and President of the Terra Faculty Association, Professor Stephen Bender. Our Vice Chair of the Board, Kelly Cart Sears. And Mr. Matt Montowski, Trustee. and Trustee Miss Linda Reese. Forgot you, Linda, I'm sorry. Please give these individuals a round of applause. Thank you very much. Graduations are times of celebration, but not just for students. There are many others who provide support for our students, often over a period of several years. Our graduates often have been given support from several generations of family members. I would like to give our graduates the opportunity to thank these groups. Graduates, please stand and turn and face the audience. Okay, go ahead. Stand and turn and face the audience. When I give you the go-ahead, this will be your one opportunity to celebrate others this evening. Now it's time for audience participation. I will call upon family members of various categories and ask our graduates to hold their applause until all are standing. If you are a grandparent of a graduate today, please stand. If you are parents, also provide such an important link to our graduate success. Parents, please stand. And of course, there is the support that spouses and significant others provide. If you are a spouse or significant other, please stand. Our students often raise children at the same time they are gaining an education. These children are proud of the achievement of their parents. Children, please stand too. Graduates, please share your recognition and appreciation for all of your family members. Family members, you may be seated, but graduates, keep standing. Next, I would like to allow the students and the audience to recognize our faculty and staff. The soul of a college is embodied in this very special group of people. Our college's mission is rooted in learning. This group of dedicated individuals plays the most significant role in developing and nurturing this learning in our students. The faculty and staff represent the very best that we have to offer as a college. I'd like to allow the students the opportunity to recognize the faculty and staff of Terra State. Would the faculty and staff please stand? Go ahead, graduates. You now all may be seated.
Dr. Jennifer Spielvogel, Interim Vice President for Academic Affairs, will now address graduate honors.
As our graduates were marching in today, I'm sure you noticed that some are wearing honor cords. The various cords are outward symbols of scholarship. Upon announcement of the symbol of each cord, I would like to ask everyone in the audience to join me in recognizing these individuals. First, would all of the graduates who are members of Phi Theta Kappa please stand and remain standing. Many are wearing a stole that denotes that they are members of Phi Theta Kappa, the National Honor Society for Scholars at two-year colleges. At Terra State, a student needs a 3.5 GPA to be inducted. You may now be seated. Now I would ask that all of the graduates with cum laude honors please stand and remain standing. The blue honor cord represents a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 to 3.74. Let us now applaud these graduates. You may be seated. Next, would all of the graduates with magna cum laude honors please stand. The gold cord represents magna cum laude honors with a 3.75 to a 3.89 grade point average. Let us now applaud these graduates. You may be seated. I would also ask the graduates with summa cum laude honors to stand. These graduates have attained the highest honor and graduated with a 3.9 or higher grade point average, essentially earning all A's in their 2 years here. They are wearing one blue and one gold honors cord. Let us now applaud these graduates. You may be seated. Also tonight, our graduates who are veterans are wearing their veteran honor cords, which are red, white, and blue. Could you please stand and remain standing to be recognized at this time? You may be seated. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, my faculty colleagues, and the entire Terra State family, I congratulate each of you on your scholastic achievements at Terra State.
Mr. Heath Martin, Assistant Vice President for Student and Enrollment Services, will now introduce the student speaker.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you our student speaker for this evening, Rhonda Rose. Rhonda started her degree in Health Information Technology in spring 2016, where she achieved an honors GPA. Like many of Terra State students, Rhonda did not start her education straight out of high school, and for many years worked in the service industry. However, life shifted, and Rhonda found herself in need of a new career. Taking advantage of a program that helped pay for college, Rhonda jumped into an HIT degree as a full-time student and hasn't looked back. In Rhonda's nomination letter from her classmate, Rhonda is always willing to take the lead in class when no one else is speaking up or saying anything. She makes sure that her classmates understand the subject matter being taught at the time. Along with her degree in Health Information Technology, Rhonda will continue to pursue a second associate's degree in medical assisting. In her statement as to why she wanted to be the commencement speaker, Rhonda wrote, "I like to be a motivator for my fellow students by always being a positive person and reminding them that nothing worthwhile comes easy. I push them to always be their best and do the best job they can." Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Rhonda Rose to the podium.
Good evening. Families, friends, professors, and graduates. It is with great honor that I was selected to stand before you as the 2018 commencement speaker. I have to say it brings something back that my dad told me a long, long time ago. He told me that one day I would make a great orator, to which I answered him, "What is that?" He looked at me and told me that an orator is someone who gives eloquent speeches. And in my typical way, I asked him, why would I be so great at that? I'm 12, why? To which he answered, "Because you're mouthy." Well, Dad, here I am, 39 years later, and once again, you were right. Dilly dilly. Today is the day of great celebration. A few years ago, we all walked through the doors of Terra State with our books in tow and our nerves running wildly with the uncertainty of what waited us in our classrooms. Now here we are with our fellow classmates and our families to be deemed graduates. It is also a sad day as we say so long to all those we've grown close to and to our professors who unselfishly gave their time to help us get us where we are today. We will take with us their words, their knowledge, in which they have shared with us, the memories and unbridled laughter we shared in our classrooms. And for that, ladies and gentlemen, I ask that we bestow a round of applause for them. For myself, when I started my second attempt here at Terra, I was a lifelong chef who had come to the end of the road to the closing of the restaurant where I worked. Sure, I could have found another cooking job, but I was tired of being in a dead-end job. I certainly am not getting any younger, and the job itself is becoming more physical than what this body can go through. I didn't know what to expect when I signed up for the health information technology degree and then into medical assisting, but from the get-go, I decided to put forth my best effort as this was going to be my future. I set goals for myself, and with determination and hard work, I have accomplished all of them. When I say the words thank you, they feel minuscule compared to the appreciation I have for Jill Catton, Renee Patton, Marty Davis, Amy Anway, Karen Falk, Terry Hopkins, Amy Osher, and Sarah Poor. You professors have profoundly changed my life. You molded an unhappy person, someone who thought that cooking was the only thing in life that she would ever know, and helped turn me into the person I am now. Through their devotion, advice, support, and their uncanny way of bringing out the best in a person, this is me. A super confident, knowledgeable, positive force who has taken control of her future, and I have the tools to do so. I am once again hopeful and inspired to help others be the best that they can be, whether it be through helping patients that enter my life or being steadfast in the cause of the Correct Coding Initiative. I know that I am going to make an impact and be a valuable employee. Once again, I say thank you. Not only should we be thankful for our professors' unwavering devotion to seeing us succeed, we should also be thankful for those who support us the most, our families. I have been blessed to have a family that has stood by me since I started this journey. I have a wonderful husband who has allowed me to focus on my education while he busts his chops to support us. Sisters who understood when I couldn't be at a family gathering because of the amount of homework I had to get done. And most of all, my parents, for everything you have helped me become and for believing in everything that I can do. For you, I say I love you to the moon and back. From the time we were born up till today, we've had many chapters in the stories of our lives. Today we end one of those chapters to walk through the open doors to start another. And although you don't have complete control as you continue your story, as no author does, I can assure you, you can nevertheless create it. Your story can be as colorful and as big as your imagination and as real as the dream. If you remain steadfast on the path to your goals, keep an open mind, be passionate about what you do in your field and in life, remain humble, and always be kind. What you now know is not all of what you can know. You will find as your story ages that life is about trusting that little voice inside your head, taking chances, learning from your mistakes, finding happiness, and realizing that life will always change. As we stand at the threshold of the next chapter of our story, it is inevitable that we will take the next step out into the world to make a difference. Not so much for ourselves, but for those we serve and those coming up behind us. Through your actions, words, and kindness, you have the chance to inspire. And a quote from John Quincy Adams states, when you inspire to dream more, do more, learn more, and become more, then you are a leader. And you are also creating a story that will not only be passed down for future generations to be modeled by, but remembered. And the great thing about inspiring others is you don't need to be famous. You don't need attention from the press. It is merely being brave enough to know that something needs to be changed, and you're going to be the one to try to make it better. This does not mean that your story will be all butterflies and fluffy clouds. I can assure you it will not be. Your story, just like everyone's here, will include obstacles, criticisms, and times when you feel that it can't get much worse. It is those times when you find your inner resilience and your strength to get through them, because sometimes adversity and challenge is exactly what we need to become more aware of what we can overcome. Never be afraid to fail. Failure and the struggles we share through life are at times the best part of our stories. They are lessons, a chance to do it over, a chance to do it right. Remember the time we all learned how to ride a bicycle? Well, we all fell, scraped our knees, cried, and had our mom and dads put a Band-Aid on our boo-boos. That is, unless you're old enough to remember being tortured with iodine, methylate, and Bactrim spray first. Then we got right back on that bicycle more determined than ever. Yes, we may have fallen again, but every time we got on that bicycle, we got better until we conquered it. That, my fellow graduates, is the key to being successful. Standing back up, brushing ourselves off, and never giving up. Success is not about how much money you make or the material objects you own or the power you hold. Success is how people are drawn to you for your opinion or for your advice to help solve a problem. Success is waking up to a new morning, grateful and happy with what you have. You will learn while you write your chapters that there are many facets that define success, as we all have different opinions. For me, money and material items don't make me successful. I am successful because I possess facets that go far beyond money and power. They are well-being, wisdom, wonder, and giving. You are writing your story. You will be influenced by many things as you continue to grow. Make the most of all that comes and the least of all that goes. If I could offer my best advice on life, I would say to you, pretend you are standing on a bridge over a flowing body of water. Hold on tight to the people, values, standards, and items that mean the most to you. Let go of the drama, the non-essential, and the noise that tries to often cloud your judgment, and watch it flow away from you. When you do this, your picture becomes very simplified and clear. You get to see who and what has been by your side all along and what matters the most. And more importantly, you get to see your true self. I would like to remind you that life is not a problem to be solved. It is a gift to be enjoyed. Tough times never last. Tough people do. Find humor during the hard times. Be humble with your success. Be kind to those you meet, and give back to the community in which you live. We have all been given the tools to write our stories to be as unique as each and every one of us. What we choose to do with them is entirely up to us. Tonight, we celebrate the past few years within the walls in which we are so familiar. Tomorrow, we will wake up thankful of the lessons we were taught, grab a cup of coffee, maybe a couple aspirins for some of our hangovers, and a fresh pen to continue our story. I wish you all great endeavors on your journey and offer this quote by Arthur C. Clarke, who says, "The only way of finding the limits of the possible is by going beyond them and into the impossible." Thank you.
Thank you, Rhonda. It is my pleasure to present you with the 2017-2018 Graduate Award for Student Commencement Speaker. Congratulations, Rhonda.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's do a picture here.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome. It is my pleasure to recognize 3 graduates this evening in Terra State's tradition of honoring leadership and perseverance. We honor one graduate who is receiving the Leadership Award. This award is given to students who have provided distinguished leadership to the campus and/or surrounding community while attending Terra State. I now call upon Paula Bryant to please come forward and receive your award. Paula has been a Terra State student since 2016 and has been on the Dean's List since her first semester, while also juggling volunteer work, her job duties, and raising 2 daughters. She is graduating today with her Health Information Technology degree and will be pursuing a bachelor's degree in her field. 25 years before starting at Terra State, Paula started her education, but did not complete her degree at that time. She stopped just a few courses short of her bachelor's degree and took a different path that was not always easy and sometimes downright hard. Being a single mom with 2 daughters, Paula decided it was time for a change and started her degree in Health Information Technology. While Paula thought it was daunting at first to keep up with all the technology required in all of her courses and to learn the ins and outs of the college culture, her 4.0 GPA is a testament she was well up to the challenge and will continue to make strides in her chosen field. In addition to her impressive work in the classroom, Paula is an active student and community leader. She is president of Terra State's Phi Theta Kappa chapter, as well as vice president of the Health Information Student Organization. Additionally, in the Tiffin community where Paula lives, she is busy volunteering in multiple capacities, including being a Girl Scout co-leader and president of Tiffin Middle School PTO, where she organized the school's first Color Run fundraiser. Her leadership is not 1, but 2 campus organizations, plus in the Tiffin community, while maintaining a perfect 4.0 GPA, which is quite remarkable. Paula, all of us at Terra State are very proud of you, and we congratulate you on your accomplishments. Tonight, we honor 2 graduates who are receiving the Perseverance Award. The Student Recognition Committee struggled at choosing only 1. They felt there were 2 deserving students. The special award is given due to a student's commitment to perseverance through trials to triumph while attending Terra State. I now call upon Mr. Ned McElfresh and Ms. Mara O'Connell to please come forward. Ned began his education at Terra State in 2012. Prior to Terra State, he had begun serving in the U.S. Armed Forces and has maintained his active duty status while pursuing his degree. Since 2012, while being a student, Ned experienced 2 full and 2 partial deployments that took him out of the country and away from his studies. Not to be deterred, each time he returned home, he picked up where he left off and stayed the course of his goal of becoming a nurse. Ned's perseverance to his education is commendable for any field of study, but the rigor nature of the nursing degree requirements, while also meeting the responsibilities of his duties to our country, is beyond incredible. From one of his nomination letters, throughout all of these roadblocks, Ned has remained steadfast and focused on his goal. Experiencing so many setbacks could cause the best of us to break under frustration. But Ned has continued to display the characteristics that are indicative of our best soldiers and our best nurses: patience, kindness, and gratitude. And finally, in his other nomination letter from a nursing instructor, it has been an honor to be an instructor to this gentleman, and I look forward to calling him a colleague in the nursing profession, that he will greatly benefit from his experiences, his education, and his perseverance in school and in life. Congratulations, Ned. Mara is graduating today with her associate's degree in hospitality management, which she began in 2015. At the time, she worked full-time and was also a full-time student. In her 2nd semester, her father was diagnosed with cancer, and soon after, she found out that she was expecting twins. She continued her education. The following semester, Mara was told that one of her babies, Brantley, would be born with half a heart, and the other, Bentley, would have medical complications with his kidneys. Despite this news, and then being put on bed rest for a high-risk pregnancy, she continued her education. Mara's babies were born in November 2016, and Brantley underwent what should have been his first of at least 4 surgeries. The twins remained in the hospital, and Mara drove back and forth to Ann Arbor every day while taking classes full-time. Sadly, Brantley lived just 7 weeks and 5 days. Her life forever changed. Mara decided to take the spring semester off to grieve and be with Bentley, who had health complications as well. In April 2016, Mara returned to her job at the Ronald L. Neely Hospitality Center and started classes again in May. From her nomination letter, Mara continues to educate herself and others, as well as provide support to families with children that have heart disease. During all this time, her grades did not suffer while she was learning how to deal with everything she was facing. Mara has persevered to become the strong woman, mother, and wife that she is today. Congratulations, Mara. Ned and Mara, it is my pleasure to present each of you with the 2017-2018 Graduate Award for Perseverance. Congratulations.
Ms. K.E. Ryder, Chair of Terra State Community College's Board of Trustees, will now introduce tonight's commencement speaker.
Good evening. When the college was planning tonight's commencement, much thought was given to the fact that the college serves its students by partnering with a number of other colleges and universities in the state of Ohio. In the heart of the state, number of industries, including agriculture, the college enjoys partnerships with Downtown Fremont Incorporated, which is working on the revitalization of the historical district of the city. We also partner with expanding manufacturing companies in Tiffin and Seneca County, among other areas in our service district. We support a robust hospitality industry in Ottawa, Erie, and Huron counties, along with the Lake Erie shores and islands. These are just a few ways that the college partners to support economic revitalization and development. Because of the college efforts to advance students' educational pursuits and stir economic development, the college was thrilled when a leader of the state's Community College Association agreed to be our keynote speaker, because he knows the community colleges all so well. Jack Hershey is the president and CEO of the Ohio Association of Community Colleges, which represents presidents and trustees in the state for 23 community colleges. Mr. Hershey came to OACC in 2014 after spending 10 years at The Ohio State University, where he most recently was the university's Associate Vice President of the state's relations, a position in which he managed state government affairs for the university. Mr. Hershey was a leader on successful coalitions by all state community colleges and universities to produce a unified approach in funding both capital and operating budgets for campuses statewide. Both models were endorsed by Governor Kasich and were supported by a bipartisan majority in the Ohio General Assembly. Earlier in his career, he was the Deputy Director of the Office of Budget and Management under Governor Bob Taft, and was the Director of Finance Analysis for Ohio House of Representatives under the former Speaker Joanne Davidson. A Cleveland area native with family roots in Fremont, Mr. Hershey holds a bachelor's degree in public policy management from the University of Akron. Mr. Hershey, his wife Sharon, and their 2 children reside in the Columbus area. Terra State Community College is delighted and honored to host Mr. Jack Hershey as our guest speaker this evening. Please join me in welcoming him to the podium. Jack?
Good evening. President Webster, Chair Ryder, members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished faculty members, and all who make up the family of Terra State Community College, thank you for allowing me to join you tonight. It is an incredible honor for me. And most importantly, a huge congratulations to the class of 2018. Now, while I appreciate my glowing introduction, always remember that what you know about a person is usually only what they want you to know about them. Here in the Midwest, we often choose to sugarcoat our introductions. We tell people only about our successes. We tend to hide our failures. It's kind of a part of how we were raised here in the Midwest, but that's not true in other parts of the country. In Silicon Valley, for instance, people tend to brag about the things they tried to do and failed at. In their way of thinking, failure is the essential first step on the road to success. They wisely view learning and recovering from one's failures as the key to long-term prosperity. So let me add to my introduction by telling you that I was an excellent student all the way through high school. Then I got to college. And even though I now work with elected officials at all levels of government on a daily basis, you should know that I failed Introduction to Government in my freshman year. But I learned a lot from that failure. First, I learned never to take a 7:30 a.m. class ever again. That was not suited for me. But I also learned how to adapt to my new surroundings, and I became a better college student because of my failures. Now today, we are all here to celebrate your great success in graduating from Terra State. But how many of you had a failure, or two, or more, along the way that you had to persevere through? For many of you, I'm going to guess those struggles might have come in math. They do for most community college students. So let's relive that pain for a moment as we enter the mathematics portion of my remarks. There is a photographer named Carolyn Jones who tried to help people better grasp the population of our entire planet by using math to reduce the world down to just 100 people. Now, I barely can understand the lifestyle choices people in California make sometimes, let alone in Cambodia and Chile and Cameroon, so I thought this was an interesting exercise. So for example, if the world was mathematically reduced down to 100 people, 50 of them would be women, 50 of them would be men. Makes sense. If our world was 100 people, 25 would be under the age of 14, and only 9 would be 65 years or older. In a world of 100, 60 live in Asia, while only 9 live in North America. 86 are able to read and write, 65 have a cell phone, 11 are undernourished, 18 live without electricity. But here's the one I want you to think about. If the world was 100 people, how many do you think have a college degree? The answer is only 7. Really makes you realize that today we are celebrating that you all have done something truly special. You have done what 93% of our world has not been able to do. So of course it was hard. Of course you struggled, and of course you had some minor failures along the way. Now, had I not failed so spectacularly and so early in my college career, I may have never made it to my graduation. So an early lesson from tonight is do not be afraid to take risks going forward. Do not be afraid to fail, and most importantly, never be ashamed when you do. Be proud of your failures and grow from them. Now, delivering a commencement address seems like a great responsibility when you are first asked. And then I cast my mind back to my own college graduation, and I remember what friends and family members were in attendance that day. I remember that it was an unusually hot day, and my college made me sit outside for about an hour before I marched in. But I admit that among the many things I am unable to remember are my commencement speaker's name, their age, their profession, or any of the actual advice that they gave me. So what that really tells me is that I have almost free rein to talk about almost anything I want to right now. So I'm going to talk about Batman. You see, as a society, I think we've become a little bit mildly obsessed with superheroes. The new Avengers movie just broke 1 million different box office records. Wonder Woman and Black Panther were both runaway box office hits over the last year. They're even making a movie about Aquaman, for goodness sakes. But the undisputed king of all superheroes in our society is Batman. Why does he, above all others, appeal to us so much? I will give you my theory. It's because he's not a superhero at all. He's simply the greatest student that has ever lived. You see, Batman cannot fly, he is not faster than a speeding bullet, he is not able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Bruce Wayne was just a normal human being. People found him inspirational because he is a human who has reached his ultimate potential. He was able to do that because he never stopped learning. Whenever Batman faces a new supervillain, he begins by hitting the books. He tries to know everything he possibly can about his new subject. And when he doesn't know something, you see him seek out teachers and mentors who can help him fill in those gaps. When he devises his strategy to defeat the Scarecrow, he draws on his knowledge of chemistry. And when he makes his game plan to defeat Poison Ivy, you see him study horticulture. And when he faces the Joker, he looks into the very latest advances in abnormal psychology. If you watch a Batman movie or read a Batman comic book, he's insanely well-versed in almost every discipline. It's somewhat unrealistic, I acknowledge. But if he were here today, we could award him degrees in biology and chemistry and computer science and criminal justice and geography, just to name a few. You see, in the fictional Gotham City, Batman is a symbol of fear, but in our real world, he's a symbol of the power of education. So my next piece of advice to you, always be Batman going forward and never stop learning. The world we live in today is changing fast. Innovations are completely disrupting entire industries. As you advance in your careers, you will continue to learn new skills along the way in order to keep up. Some of you will come back to Terra State and take another class or two. Some will go on to a university or get trained by your employer, or you could just take the most experienced person at your work out to lunch every once in a while and listen to them. Just commit to keep learning from here on out. Okay, that's probably enough about Batman. The bigwigs behind me on stage were probably expecting something completely different from this important speech like this. So let's get serious and talk about Superman. Now, this is actually the story of a young man who started out as an intern on the set of the very first Superman film, the one that starred Christopher Reeve. That intern has since gone on to become the chief creative officer of DC Comics and is responsible for bringing all of their superheroes to TV and movies. To me, though, what's really interesting about the story of that intern is not what he's doing today. It's about one single decision he made when he was an intern. A decision that set him apart from everyone else on that movie set. A decision that made people pay attention to him. He simply decided to run. When someone would ask him to make copies or deliver film or just to get a cup of coffee, he would take off, sprinting to the destination, get the job done as quick as possible, and sprint right back to get his next assignment. His simple decision to run got him noticed by everyone. And once they noticed him, they began to appreciate that on top of some pretty impressive speed, he possessed an awful lot of talent. Instead of staying an intern, the director of the film quickly offered him a full-time job as part of the crew, and his career took off from there. So my last piece of advice is this: exhibit passion and excitement in your next job. People will notice you. And what's important to know, while it's important to know the technical aspects of how to do your job, it is easy to forget sometimes why you do this work. Occasionally go back and think about why you chose the degree that you are graduating with today, to help you remember why you initially had a passion for your field of study and a passion that can carry you forward. Let me finish tonight by telling you that every year on Christmas Eve, my parents would throw us in the car, drive my sister and I from Cleveland to Fremont. We would have a big family Christmas Eve at my grandmother and grandfather's house over on Hazel Street and drive back home late that night to make sure we were home before Santa arrived. And while my dad seemed stressed by the trip home every year, he somehow always managed to get us home right before Santa arrived. It was an important family tradition, and even though I have never lived in Fremont, I have many, many great memories of this town. It always feels a little bit like coming home when I arrive here, and it's particularly exciting to watch the progress that this college is making from my position at the Ohio Association of Community Colleges. I hope as you go forward from here tonight that you have similar feelings about Terra State. This college has been a home to you, and I hope it continues to be one. I hope you keep coming back. I also hope you are actively trying to convince a cousin, a coworker, a parent, or a friend to follow you in your footsteps and enroll here. The simple facts are that as companies continue to innovate and automate, the ability to find work is becoming increasingly challenging for those without a college certificate or degree. Tonight, when you walk across this stage, you are going to inspire someone to follow in your footsteps, whether you know it or not. Because tonight, you're going to walk off this stage an incredible success story. Holding a college degree shows the world that you can finish what you start. It will put a spotlight on the talent that this college knows is in each and every one of you. At times, it will seem that there are insurmountable challenges ahead of you, and you will continue to experience many failures along your way. Learn from them. Allow those failures to propel you forward in life. Commit to constantly re-educating yourself and further your learning, and you will become an inspiration to those around you, just like Batman has. Class of 2018, thank you for listening and allowing me to be part of your celebration tonight. Congratulations on all that you have achieved, and congratulations on becoming one of the 7%. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack, for your stirring message. On behalf of Terra State Community College and the Terra College Foundation, we are honored to present you with a certificate that recognizes that a scholarship in your name in the amount of $1,000, known as the Jack Hershey Scholarship, will be awarded to a student attending Terra State next year who will study business management. Thank you for your remarks and spending time with us this evening.
Dr. Jennifer Spielvogel and Dr. Jerome Webster will now confer degrees and certificates.
Will the candidates for the Associate of Arts, the Associate of Science, the Associate of Applied Business, the Associate of Applied Science, the Associate of Individualized Studies, and the Associate of Technical Studies degrees and certificates please rise? Dr. Webster, the faculty of Terra State Community College have certified that these candidates have completed all of the requirements for the Associate of Arts, the Associate of Science, the Associate of Applied Business, the Associate of Applied Science, the Associate of Individualized Studies, and the Associate of Technical Studies degrees and certificates.
Class of 2018, will you make sure your tassel is on the right side? By the authority vested in me as president of Terra State Community College, and upon the recommendation of the faculty and administration, I do hereby confer on you your Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Business, Associate of Applied Science, Associate of Individualized Studies, or Associate of Technical Studies degrees or certificates.
Members of the board, Dr. Webster, deans and directors, faculty, and guests, I am pleased to present to you the recipients of these degrees, diplomas, and certificates. We are now ready to recognize the graduates individually. I ask the audience to please save your applause until all of the graduates have received their diplomas. Graduates, the marshals will direct you.
They're already coming.
Will the graduates please come forward?
Kylie Nicole Lash.
Jonathan P. Ruth.
Amanda L. Mesnard.
Cheryl Ann Lucas.
Sarah E. Burdine.
Alexandra Marie Ferguson.
Benny Seville.
Dominique R. Castellan.
Sakina Michelle McDonald.
Mara A. O'Connell.
Beverly Ann Blackburn.
Ned Michael McElfresh.
Laura A. Mock, summa cum laude.
Paula M. Bryant, summa cum laude.
Estrella Alonso.
Rhonda D. Rose, cum laude.
Megan Mary Kaiser.
Sabrina A. Chambers, cum laude.
Jevin M. Mull.
Brandon Micah Walton, cum laude.
Joshua L. Smoot, cum laude.
Mason Cole Garza.
Kenneth Joseph Stander.
Matthew Joseph Minnick.
Michael J. Perdue.
Jesse Damaris Pridemore.
Cami Elizabeth Garcia.
Nicholas James de la Cerda.
Tierra B. Harris.
Christopher Anthony Wildman.
Raimundo M. Garza.
Drew E. Witta, cum laude.
Derek Andrew Kester, cum laude.
Marlena L. Kane, cum laude.
Mackenzie Delaney Browning.
Jessica Ariel Jenkins.
Hannah J. Overmeyer, cum laude.
Kendra M. Kishman.
Tanya Frisch, cum laude.
Veronica P. Ramirez.
Kelsey M. Baker.
Anna S. Mejia Hilario.
Kristen Marcella Stacy.
Alexis Ann Whitty.
Michael H. Criswell, cum laude.
Karina Nicole Wade.
Patrick Richard Motley.
Jeremy George Tingley, Sr., magna cum laude.
Christopher A. Mang, cum laude.
Kyle R. Frishy.
Jordan E. Salazar.
Sean R. Klinger.
Mitchell J. Miller, magna cum laude.
Jacob N. Spittler.
Craig D. Brickner, cum laude.
Zachary Thomas Hoy.
Dana Sue Deersman.
Adam D. Crawford, cum laude.
Lauren Laird.
Jessica N. Wagner.
Mary Helen Ickes, cum laude.
Kristen Marie Fanai.
Hunter Taylor Goodwin.
Kendra Sue Shelley.
Heaven Leandra Gray.
Kayla Beth Ann Kurth.
Paula K. DeMuth.
Catherine C. Seaman.
Amber Lynn Lilly.
Brian Gisemba Nyabudo, cum laude.
Cynthia Danette Roberts, summa cum laude.
Aaron L. Bender.
Christina Sue Schmidt.
Amber Lynn Keegan, magna cum laude.
Olivia M. Fote.
Cameron Michelle Klickman.
Jessica E. Hartshorn.
Cassandra Gail Walton.
Jamie M. Roberts.
Amber Lynn Preston, cum laude.
Matthew Lee Guthrie.
John Michael Marone, magna cum laude.
Isaac P. Dowland.
Joshua L. Hamilton.
Zachary Isaac Boland, cum laude.
James B. Abney, cum laude.
Aaron Lynn Eastep.
David Paul Boda, Jr., magna cum laude.
Kelsey M. Swartz.
Eliza Mackenzie Quick.
Brett Kenneth Bowman.
Stephen Vincent DePaffy.
Dalton L. Ike, magna cum laude.
Jenna Reese Huffman, summa cum laude.
Damika L. McKinstry.
Mitchell Thomas Mulholland, magna cum laude.
Ashley Michelle Kramer.
Laura Alonso.
Margarita Torres.
Marguerite J. Myers.
Savannah Claire Packman, cum laude.
Lauren Margaret Carr.
Andrea C. Pappas, magna cum laude.
Jennifer K. Wiggle, summa cum laude.
Dylan J. Biddle.
Madison E. Gerhardstein, magna cum laude.
Elizabeth Grace Decker, summa cum laude.
Michaela Jenny Overmeyer.
Julia R. Zucker.
Bailey E. Elfring, magna cum laude.
Tanner Lee Heisey.
Tori E. Leal.
Emily Allison Witter.
Anne Marie Gachop.
Eden D. Mowry.
Garrett T. Joseph.
Alexandria Janine Wetzel.
Rich James Williams.
Caleb J. Lauer, magna cum laude.
Casey M. Rubel.
David Michael Dixon.
Malachi G. Day.
Michelle M. Waring, summa cum laude.
Jessica Claire Duncan.
Brenda Sue Williams.
Karen Elizabeth Hurt, magna cum laude.
Courtney A. Fowler.
Shantia N. Grimes.
Allison S. Tucker, summa cum laude.
Joseph Carroll.
Wendy S. Perry, summa cum laude.
Alexis C. Chafee.
Cassandra Lynette Kirsch.
Paige T. Ickes.
Edith Jones.
Kyler Lee McCord.
Miranda Louise Mowry, summa cum laude.
Kevin R. Steyer.
Megan N. Lloyd.
David Hatfield.
Bridget M. Haar.
Joseph Wallace.
Vera Lynn Parton.
Andrew Thomas Smith.
Rosie M. Stevens.
Laura L. Taylor.
Holly A. Walker.
Kyle William Adams.
Devin R. Conrad.
Shamika Latoria Owens.
Thomas C. Seibert.
Luke J. Thompson.
Clyde F. Swander.
Jeremy L. Brady.
Dwayne Young. Chad Michael Clark. Jerry D. Muncie, Jr. Anthony W. Hammer.
Okay. Senior Vice President and Executive Director of the Terra College Foundation, Dr. Ron Schumacher, will now welcome graduates as alumni.
Congratulations, graduates and new alumni. You did it. You may now consider yourself a graduate and alumni of this great college and a part of an alumni association that is over 8,000 strong and growing. After hard work and dedication, you've earned your Terra State Community College degree. On behalf of the Terra College Foundation, we applaud you for reaching this important milestone in your life. We are pleased to present to you your Terra State alumni card and your diploma. We thank you for attending Terra State Community College. We know your degree will serve you well and will stand to identify you and your accomplishments over the coming years. Your alumni card will provide you access to discounts in the Terra College store, access to career services, and invitations to special events sponsored by Terra State Community College. Please stay connected to your alma mater as part of the Terra State Alumni Association. Again, we welcome you and congratulate you on this day of celebration and look forward to helping you maintain your relationship with Terra State Community College.
Dr. Ron Schumacher will now present Terra State's alma mater.
Like many institutions, alumni can look back at their experience through a song that recalls their time at college. Today, we are excited to continue our tradition at Terra State, the singing of the alma mater, which was composed by students and faculty of the creative writing and music programs. We are honored to invite Kylie Lash, along with the brass choir and chamber singers, in the performance of the college's alma mater. Listed on page 18 in your program, you will find the entire alma mater. We invite you to join in the sung version, which is the ceremonial alma mater used for academic rituals such as commencement. Kylie will perform the alma mater once through first, and then we'll join her in singing a second time. Again, congratulations to you all, and all the best in your future endeavors.
Please stand during the singing of the alma mater. Please be seated. Junior Faculty Marshal Ryan Weaver will now lead the closing ceremony.
Graduates of the class of 2018, move your tassels to the left. You may be seated. The 49th commencement ceremony of Terra State Community College is closed. Guests, please remain in your seats while the graduates, platform party, and faculty leave the building. The faculty will be congratulating these graduates individually after the ceremony. After the graduates, faculty, and platform party have left the auditorium, Then the ushers will be releasing you by sections. You will leave the auditorium. We ask that you, our guests, join us in honoring these graduates' accomplishments at the reception in the atrium of the General Technologies building. Please join us there.
You got to wake up first, though. Hey, thanks a lot,
We can go.
It's been real, you guys.
Yeah, it's been fun, John.
No worries.